Hey, welcome back. Today I pulled out some products in my collection that I feel you rarely hear about. Some of these products are also things in my collection that I rarely even use. Some of them are newer things I picked up and just haven't used them for whatever reason. So we're gonna basically just do a full face of some things that a couple of these I don't think I've even used yet. But basically, things that just you don't hear about, they're not hyped up. We're gonna see how they do. This first product is from Clinique, and I purchased this during the sale back in February, I think. And it's a little dark on me, so I feel that's why I haven't used it often. I've probably only used it 3 or 4 times. And it's the Clinique Moisture Surge Sheer Tint Hydrator. Now, the name was really intriguing to me. And then I remembered back in the day, I really enjoyed the Clinique Moisture Surge line in general. I used to use the moisturizer. They even had a Moisture Surge BB cream that actually looked really similar to this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just the same product renamed. But basically, this is just like a sheer SPF tinted moisturizer. The few times that I've used it, I've not been blown away by it, but also I just feel it, hasn't looked bad on my skin. I have it in the shade Universal Light Medium. It's definitely dark. I probably should have gotten the light shade. I forget that Clinique, I just feel Clinique oftentimes they run dark in shades. So for whatever reason, I'm going to be applying it with this very large brush. I just used this to apply my moisturizer and it felt so good. I was just like, I'm going to use it for my tinted moisturizer too. It's by the brand Complex Culture. I just randomly received this at my doorstep one day. I don't really know what agency it came from, but it's the Press and Set bronzer brush. So I just put a little bit of this on the back of my hand and I'm really just going to buff it in. The good thing is that this is pretty sheer. So I feel like I can get away with it being just slightly too dark on me. It really has that classic SPF Clinique smell. If you ever used Clinique products back in the day, that's what this smells like. So you can see that's one quick layer on one side of my face. Very minimal coverage. It's pretty though. I mean, like, it's not one of the tinted moisturizers that ends up just sitting on top of your skin and just looking like it's there. It's got some integrity. Okay, so now I'm going to move into a bit of concealer. This is a brand that I reviewed probably well over a year ago, and it's from the company called Subtle Beauty. They make these little portable makeup stacks, and I think my initial critique with this brand was that at the time, their concealer shades I think they only had 6 shades, and since then they've really expanded the colors. So yeah, this is a neat little brand. If you're super minimal and you just like a quick fresh face, this might be something that you would be interested in. But I'm going to use their concealers just because this is a brand that I feel is still like under the radar. And I believe I remember comparing these concealers to that of like a Glossier stretch. So I have 2 shades. I have Light and Charter. I think they redid, this is when the whole they redid the colors. They may not have this particular light shade. It may be renamed something else. I'm not exactly up to date on that, but I'm just gonna mix these two together and really lightly use them around the areas that I have redness. So yeah, coverage wise, I would definitely say Glossier Stretch, not as much dewiness as the Glossier Stretch. That's a very high shine dewy concealer. This one's somewhere in between. It's not really matte, but it's not dewy either. I just picked basil out of my herb garden and my hands smell like basil. This is the RMS Buriti Bronzer. I have used this in 1 or 2 videos and I actually forgot that it was in my collection until I was just sifting through some things and I was like, wow, hold up, I really liked this bronzer, and I think it's very appropriate for very sheer, like fresh face looks. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for those of you who like doing more medium full coverage looks, just because it's a very sheer, I don't know, it's sheer, and I think it's just meant to be paired with sheer products, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So again, just gonna take this big old fat brush here. This brush is actually coming in handy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on. This bronzer is also very, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, like a little bit of a shimmer, but you don't really pick up on it when you apply it to the skin. You can very vividly see it in the little pot, but then when you apply it, I don't know, you don't really pick up on it that much. Let's move into blush. This is one that I discovered recently. I purchased it because I just thought it looked so pretty. I kept seeing an ad for it, and it's the Thrive Cosmetics. I think this is called the Triple Threat color stick. You can use this on your cheeks and your eyes, and it's in the shade Olivia, and it's kind of like this fresh pop of like a poppy coral shade, and I love it. I think it's really, really pretty. I don't think I knew that Thrive had these like little multi sticks here, so I'm trying to be more acquainted with their products. I've purchased quite a few in the past month, and this is one that I think looks so fresh and pretty. This is one of my newfound brow gels that I absolutely love, and it's by Uoma Beauty. It's called the Blowout Brow Gel. And yeah, I haven't used Glossier Boy Brow in like months because I've been using this or the e.l.f. Wow Brow. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on my brows. I think this is the shade light blonde, maybe, taupe. I'll put it down below. Their shade range, I ordered this a while back, and the color is not on the little bottle here. I'm going to try and get away with like a one and done eye look with this next product. These are new at the drugstore, but I feel like I've not seen a ton of people talk about them. I've used one, like I just randomly had it and used it one day for a quick look. Didn't really have an opinion on it, so I'm going to try a different color, and it's the Maybelline Color Strike Cream to Powder Eyeshadow Pen. I don't really think that these are cream. They're just that very like soft, velvety, loose pigment, and the way you apply them, they come out and they're on one of those little like doe foot applicators. I just apply them and then blend with a brush. So this shade is 50, I believe, shade 50. It's called 50 Hustle Metallic. It's kind of like a bronzy metallic shade. So just gonna use this kind of like all over the lid, and we'll blend it out with another brush. It's a very pretty color. It actually does kind of mimic a cream shadow. I mean, the formula is definitely not a cream like upon first application, but it's very smooth and cream-like. These might be something to check out if you're kind of like a one and done eyeshadow person. I don't really have a mascara that I feel like I don't hear people talk about, so I'm just going to use the one that I've been trying to use up, which is the Lancome Monsieur Big. Okay, for lips, I'm going to use the Lip Filler Lip Liner. This is like the semi-permanent lip liner from Thrive. I wouldn't say that this, like for the name claim, I was expecting it to really like stay on my lips like all day. It does fade, but it does have good lasting power. I would say probably like 4 to 5 hours, even like after eating, before you'd really have to reapply it. And the shade is called Jessie. It's literally like the exact same color as my lip. And to top that off, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Enamored Glossy Shine Sticks. These are pretty old. I just can't believe that they're not talked about more. These are like phenomenal, and especially the shade called Sugar Sugar. I've been using this for years. Like, I probably need to retire this and get a new one. But I love these. They are really sheer, pretty, soft. I don't know. You'll just see when I put this on, bam, it's just gonna like make the whole look. Okay, what'd you think? I feel like this, like I said, is a very appropriate end of summer fresh face type of look because it's not going to be long before we're getting into the fall groove. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these products in action. Let me know if some of these products are things that you own, things that you like. Yeah, they're just things that I feel like I just don't ever hear anyone talk about. I actually really enjoyed how the look turned out though. And I hope you guys did too. I'm losing sunlight. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.